So how are all you folks doing, huh? Enjoying the show so far? I hope so, because there's plenty more where this came from. This is only the first game. We've got 3 more to go. Well, technically 2, but, you know, there was that one weird spin-off game. We may or may not play it, you know, it depends on the audience reaction. I'm not a huge fan of it myself. I think it was probably a pretty weak game overall. The story's pretty good, though, so, we'll see. We'll see about it, but as soon as we finish this one, we're definitely moving on to the second one. And oh boy, when the third one gets here, it's gonna be even better.
Speaking for yourself, huh?
Ah, shit! I've been caught!
Alright. I came in like the last 5 seconds. What the hell was he doing?
I was just monologuing. Just monologuing.
So, yeah, all my friends are turned in for the night. Thank God.
Alright. That's good.
And I'm ready to go. And I have a bowl of french fries with me.
Excellent. Alright, let's check out our skills here. I don't think we really don't need any more, Yep, that's all we got. Let's check the e-handbook. Well, we've already seen most of our truth quotes here. Alright, let's do this.
Let me restart my recording.
Sounds good.
Alright. Shazam.
Alright, we're going?
It sound like, yeah, it's just gonna sound like me chewing for the first 10 minutes.
Alright, well that's fine, because we don't have to do, well you have to do a little bit of reading, but for the most part we can kind of let our voices rest, which is alright, because my Monokuma voice is starting to, get a little bit strained, little bit, not too bad.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, you know, I've had despite being dead, I kind of had a pretty big speaking part, you know? Even I was a little surprised. I kind of forgot how much I talk in this one, but you know, this is when shit really starts going down, so it makes sense. Need a lot of exposition.
Let's begin with a basic. If you can, then I'll punish. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss.
Do you want to hear what I said again?
Oh, God damn it. Do you want to hear that one thing Kyoko said to me for the 17 billionth time?
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
Yeah, her 3 sizes, you know?
Jesus. One important trait proves that Kyoko's body doesn't belong to her was...
Why is
her piercing glare.
Why is face capitalized?
I don't know. Let's pick gloves.
No. Her piercing glare.
Didn't even have to say anything. I've already become a victim. Piercing glare.
I like picking wrong answers. Alright.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
I already did, you dipshit! You were there!
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh! You know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko.
Oh.
Because she's standing right the fuck there.
Hang on, my controller died, hang on. There we go.
But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here, and the case won't move forward. Because of this fucking idiot over there.
Yeah.
So I don't have any choice but to. Boy. We're actually making this a whole thing? We can't just tattoo in the right hand. That's the one we need.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. That corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
Discussion is idiotic.
You're right. Real quick, let me check the,
Huh. Oh, the notes before the body was exploded. Was that a thing?
no, R3, truth bullets, are
Okay,
exploded body
then prove
analysis,
it.
fake nails,
Prove
and
she's not a
tattoo.
ghost.
Shit, okay.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that
Yeah, that
corpse
one.
is absolutely
That's the only one that
This
makes
entire
sense to
discussion is
contradict.
idiotic.
Okay.
That Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The dead body was.
they got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Okay, we just tried different bullet.
I think it might be the other
Kyoko
one.
there. Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Shoot!
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Oh, it might be this one.
Okay, then prove it.
Prove she's not.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up.
Up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing.
Well,
Yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Oh, right, because she can't be wearing gloves with the fake nails.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, duh.
No.
Fuck.
There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
First non-stop debate and we screwed up.
Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
these gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Whoa! Tattoo in the right hand. I'm gonna use this damn thing if I have to.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then
If?
who died?
Fuck you.
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Boom, that one.
And there's nothing else we
Shoot.
Do, right?
You missed.
If Kyoko really... Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. And there wasn't any description. Well, if we can't identify...
No!
Gotcha.
Objection.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death? This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto.
Where have you been
Tell
the
us what
past
they're talking
five
about.
victims?
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
You read the tattoo without its identity, and it should become. The chicken. No. Keep her going, keep her going, keep her going. Wait, did I miss it? There, that one.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary
Take
Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is Fenrir.
I'm not going to insult your intelligence.
Now I
It's
understand.
woolly, right?
Yes.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo.
Yeah, wait, hold up. That's actually right. Holy shit.
Yeah, never before has she ever really talked anything about books at all. I mean, to be fair, we never hung out with her. Like, at all. Anyway.
Yeah.
Game.
Oh shit.
Hello, game. Are you not gonna work, game?
I love tattoos. That means.
There we go.
The body
Wow.
we found had
Ow!
I was spamming the button.
which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
Doesn't seem like it now, does it?
Yeah.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
He never said the mastermind was dead.
No, it means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't
Ish.
have been thinking of her
Mastermind-ish.
as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
And an 18th student could have helped.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Makoto and Kyoko. Kyoko and Genocide Jet, get out of here.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just
Here we go
after
again.
nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko, in case you haven't figured that out. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
9 o'clock.
I got it!
Oh boy, 3
The body
a.m.
must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
So that's a 11-hour gap.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. and I don't have 10 p.m. and 30 a.m. Okay, so it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden.
Oh yeah, the good song.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
Sprinklers.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep. And Makoto doesn't have an alibi for
3
most of that
o'clock.
time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
7:30.
Hit it!
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
I mean, no, none of those words were highlighted.
We've established a time. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock. Yep.
And Makoto doesn't have an...
Yeah, from 7:30.
7:30. Oh, fuck. Come on.
We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
No, it's wrong.
Well, that was the one you were looking for.
What, really?
Yep.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet?
Wow.
How dare you spew such indecent words?
Wow.
Saying that the
Okay.
body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Man,
I wish.
totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Yeah.
All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence. I'm gonna throw the bucket at her. A boot to thee, a boot to the head.
That was one of my favorite videos as a kid.
The moment of truth.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything!
I want this minigame playable with the Donkey Kong bongos.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No! I don't know anything! How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it. Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
Jesus.
Sick of her.
Wait, yeah, I agree.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because... while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Makoto's killer is... Saega. Wait, no, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone. That's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
Y'all suck.
Fuck you all.
Y'all, to quote Guzma...
I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Just walks away. To quote Guzma from Pokemon Sun and Moon, y'all are stupid.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Ah, a titanium arrow.
Yes. He's actually covered with that 5th chicken from the henhouse.
Up. Goddamn. Take that. No.
Take that.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? Because you're the only option she's got, bruh!
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think about that right now.
I mean, it's either her or you.
That tarp. If it was used like Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to repeat what Kyoko said. So is this whole trial just gonna be a battle of wits between us?
I think so, yeah.
Interesting.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
What do you think?
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
Fucking
It's
hell.
because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body,
Body before the
of course
explosion.
it didn't get dirty.
Alright.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
I'm skipping over
So the
the end
reason the
text, by the
tarp
way,
was only
because it's
dirty on
it
one
literally just
side
tells you the answer.
Because the sprinkler got
Oh,
that side
shit.
wet.
So I'm glad you didn't
But
notice.
the underside of
Yeah,
the
no,
tarp,
I looked at my phone
it
for a
was
second.
totally spotless, right?
It's because that
So
side was
body before
protected
the
from the water.
explosion. Here, let's just double check. This is the body before the explosion. The corpse had a mask covering its head, knife thrust into the abdomen, blood stains around the wound. Body had stopped bleeding, but the blood was still wet. It was noted there was no blood on the ground around the body.
Okay.
Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Boom, that one. Yeah, if the body was...
Shit, missed.
There would have been blood on the tarp.
The killer prevents.
So the reason that because the spring, but the underside, it was totally. It's because that side, since it was facing.
Of course it didn't get dirty.
No, that's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? Sorry. Blood was camouflage?
Nani?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Oh, no.
What are you thinking?
No. I'm thinking he snagged on some fried chicken wing.
That's what you're thinking?
Yeah.
I got it!
Well, you're right.
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
Put it in a cup. Wait, what?
The chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
Conveniently, they were all except that last one standing in the exact same position as we saw the first time. I think they might be just, like, statues.
So,
Or
you're saying
drawings.
someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Not as messed up as actually killing someone.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Maybe they did.
I
Yeah,
wonder if the
go over the
killer
rest
had
of
to
it,
get
what?
the blood from the
Yeah,
scene so
grill
they
it up.
wouldn't be
With
spotted
the heat
walking
of the
around.
explosion. Wait.
Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait,
No.
the head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's
Oh,
what
Nina,
happened.
thank you for thinking what I was
The murder
thinking.
took
Yeah.
place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually
shit.
what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still,
Hina, after you
But the
met
knife
with
was stabbed
Makoto
through
in
the coat, so
dining
we would
hall,
have to stab
did
the
you
body
two stay together from that
before
point
after
on?
we put the coat on it.
No, you stabbed it through the coat.
Yeah,
uh,
which... Yeah, take the tarp off, put the coat on, then stab.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
I think
no.
it will take a
I
lot
headed
longer
off to the
to
gym,
get a more
and
stabbing
Makoto
motion
didn't
there,
show
but
up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
that's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
The suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. I thought we had something.
Nice.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh,
See? Pretty good idea, right?
no, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it.
Yeah,
I just
somewhere. Where could it have been?
Gee, I wonder where. Oh, right.
Shit. Why didn't we just keep that knife in the kitchen?
knife we gave to Makoto?
Oh,
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
I just didn't tell you about it. Yeah, I can't be sure.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm
How does he keep that jacket on him?
12,000% convinced.
I'm always amazed by people that put on jackets but don't put their arms through the sleeves.
Yeah, I don't understand how they do it. I've tried. It's not as easy as it seems.
I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer.
Let's check this here.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
The murder took place before the sprinklers turned on. The suspect covered the body with a tarp to prevent it from getting wet. Later, when they removed the tarp, the suspect placed the white jacket on the body. This jacket had previously been treated with blood to make it look like the corpse had been wearing it when they were stabbed.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
Getting stabbed is not what killed her.
Good memory.
The knife we found, it's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic, well...
Getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
That's not the bullet I wanted. Shit.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it?
Change the bullet to...
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Exploded body analysis.
That's the one we just used. That didn't work.
Monokuma file is what we want. Oh, no, they were dead before the blast. It doesn't act... That's right, it doesn't say what the cause of death is. It doesn't say whether it's the getting hit in the head, the wounds, or the stabbing. But we don't have that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
I don't know what
because I had the knife once, that automatic. Well,
do we have to absorb a statement?
There's no question. You took that
knife
of yours.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
After the tarp was removed,
the knife we found lodged in the dead.
exploded body analysis. Okay, so it's definitely not that one.
Yeah, no. No.
Charred debris is from the bomb. I think it's probably disguised dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of it.
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic, well...
Getting stabbed is what...
No, that's wrong.
Oh, so that's what says it? Okay, then, well, we got the right point.
Hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Oh, right, of course. Because it wasn't she didn't bleed when she was stabbed. Otherwise, there would have been no need to put fake blood on the coat.
Oh yeah, shit.
That was quite clearly a post-mortem stabbing. So, of all the things that happened, the knife is not what killed her.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, The knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Well, there's no possible way of that, because that would be stupid.
I got it!
Take that.
The Monokuma file
Bitch.
clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
So how quickly you gave up.
Then the knife...
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing.
Which reminds me, Toko, are you sure you're okay?
Severely damaged the body,
No,
making
but
it impossible
she's
to
okay.
know what really killed her.
She's not okay, but she's alive. She's okay as she
It was
can be.
all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
Imagine if she got sent flying into that Venus flytrap.
That would have been interesting.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so
Bitch.
smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
What? I have no fucking idea.
You should.
Oh, wait, the bomb.
There you go.
I got it!
A bomb?
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the
I thought they were
cause of the
asking for, like,
explosion.
a reason why the bomb on her.
No.
God damn it.
You know, I feel like I've seen
I didn't know we were
something
going
like
this
this
obvious.
before.
Yep. This is Danganronpa, aka Ace Attorney 2.
That's only natural.
What?
Because, of course,
It's like, you know, Ace Attorney was so good, they made an Ace Attorney 2.
we saw the same thing when we
Alright.
dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh, then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine, I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
You need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. You need to concentrate. Hell yeah.
Alright,
One
gives us
bullet.
Monokuma file, so that means that's
Then shall
clearly
we
not the
continue
answer.
the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
But what?
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
That's true.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? Then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
What are we supposed to do here? This was all true.
Remember?
Shall we continue the debate?
Absorb.
The victim's fatal
Okay.
injury.
The explosion
Fatal
did
injury.
kill her
Ah,
for
shit.
sure. Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it
You're
wasn't
moving the
the
cursor so that
the
get out of
knife,
here.
right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Absorb that.
And more than that.
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Oh wait, no, countless wounds. Oh, shit.
Countless wounds? Alright.
Well,
Then shall we
no, you do
continue
this
the
one.
debate?
Alright.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Okay. Okay, I was right the first time.
Yep.
Even though that's not a contradiction, it's
Died
just
because
a
of the blow in
fact.
the
Yeah.
back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No, I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
You're probably not wrong.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
Are we sure this? Are we sure this
I feel the
personality
same
isn't
way.
the actual
Looks
Stewart?
like we're on the same page this time.
Wow, this is some incredibly aggressive but happy conversation.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
I swear to God.
Well, John, tell me what it is.
The bomb. The chicken. I have no fucking clue. No, it wasn't the arrows. I honestly have no clue. Okay, don't say anything.
I'm just gonna keep going.
Bloody duct tape. Bloody duct tape. I have no
This
idea.
was found with the arrows.
I'm just trying to think, how the fuck can you kill someone with an arrow like that without it paying?
What happens if you combine some of these pieces of evidence that we have?
Okay, but which one are we supposed to present? Just either of them?
Well, I believe I know which one it is. But consider this. you were thinking that that bloody duct tape was used to cover the wounds, but we just found out that that wasn't where the blood came from. Or rather, the blood, due to those multiple wounds, were days old. And this blood is not quite so old. Now, what would happen if, say, you duct taped the arrows together in a shaft? 10 pieces of titanium all strapped together in a cylinder would be roughly the size of a metal pipe, wouldn't you say?
Okay, yes. But, yeah, that's obviously what happened, but why the fuck would you do that when you just use an arrow, stab once, and then clean it up, put it back?
That's a good question, but that's not what we're here to find out. Yet.
It's like, this doesn't make any logical sense, but okay.
Welcome to murder.
Jesus.
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kinda weird.
Yeah?
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
Oh, my cat is joining us.
I'm just saying what I think.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? How you
Believes in
doing
me.
there?
I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret.
Come on, buddy. Oh, I now have a cat on my lap.
Oh.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Boom. Right there, that one. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's too late.
You have no right!
Yeah, I kind of already explained this one.
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe. It seems like an arrow would just be too...
No, that's wrong.
This is stupid.
It's a little ridiculous.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
I think it could have just pointed it forward and been like, that alright.
Yeah.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably used this duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway,
You're not even
that
stuttering.
explains the murder weapon.
Yeah, because she's focusing on her talent.
As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely
Bullshit.
have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's
Yeah,
the
I
matter?
talked to her there.
Surely you don't intend to
Actually,
protect
you're
a
right.
murderer.
But, shh.
You know what will happen, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Now, why do I have to hang on to all the evidence? Why can't you do it once?
You're the protagonist, of course.
Take that.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle.
But wait,
Your
you have her room
non-existent
key.
alibi, your clear
Yeah.
motive, your attempts
She
to
couldn't have
frame
put it there.
Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this
Uh.
again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her.
You do,
It's just... There's one
I
more
love
thing
her.
I need
Wait,
to
what?
ask you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is a canon ship.
Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was going to make sweet, sexy love to you, but you were asleep.
And had a devilish fever, which you look dead already.
Yeah.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she... She knew I was being attacked. She came to my rescue. Could that be when... Would you mean that Kyoko? She killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? You should know better than anyone? What does that mean? The key, dumbass!
Surprised you didn't remember. That's not the answer.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
Yeah, I would.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
There's
Is
proof
that
that...
what you're
Absorb
saying?
that.
Oh,
Okay.
too late.
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not, but you should
Understand that more than any...
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're
Absorb...
saying?
Okay.
You
Sorry.
stated it. You said I hid and then left the lock. But could I really have done that?
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
There's
proof that you aren't the culprit.
Alright, where are we firing it?
Is that what you're
At
saying?
the last one.
You stated it. You said I hid and
Or
then
there's less
left the
hideout.
locker
Highlight
key
that
in my
one.
own room. Correct.
Okay, is it the other way around?
Possibly.
those words you
Is that why you kept missing it
I'm not.
2
No,
times?
it was not.
Subconsciously remembered?
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated it. You said I hid
The evidence and then left the locker key in my own room.
correct, but could I really have done that?
That's a really long bullet.
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not. You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you aren't the culprit.
There you go.
Yeah,
And
boy.
no, that was not the reason I kept missing. That was just because I'm bad.
If I'm
Aw.
right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
Huh? Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Byakuya is the killer. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. Trying to save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else?
2 seconds. Okay.
Was there a deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? Mastermind's trap. Mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko? But if it's not really true, what can I do? What should I do? What should I? Mastermind's trap. The victim was Makoto. And Kyoko killed her?
Do you mind speaking up just a little bit?
Sorry. The victim was Makoto. Okay. And what does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to What am I? Done. End of sentence. Kyoko's lie. Am I the only one who knows it's a lie? Am I the only one who can expose it? But who can I trust?
Do you know what she said is a lie?
I'm trying to remember.
Remember what she told us just before the trial started? Before we got on the elevator?
Actually, I don't. Shit.
She has a key that can unlock any door in the school.
Oh, shit, that's right.
So
Fuck.
her saying she can't get in her room is a lie.
What am I supposed to... So what am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to... Yeah, we know.
That's my line anyway.
What do I do? I said right here, right now. Run away!
I'm gonna tell you right here. What you pick is important.
Okay.
This is a very important decision.
So she's obviously lying to try to cover her ass.
Yes.
I'm not to cover her ass, but like...
Well, we don't know.
Why? I just want to know, why would she tell that lie?
We don't
if
know.
She... No, like, why would she tell that lie and try to... when she blessed it earlier?
You cut out.
So why would she if to everyone else, but when she told us the truth earlier?
I see. So you're saying why would she lie about it when she already told us that she...
Yeah, so that means...
Why would she have revealed that it was a lie to one of us and then not told everyone else?
Yeah, so that means she trusts... I mean, she trusts us. So if she's actively trying to pin the blame on us, maybe she's doing that for a reason.
Could be. So what do you think? Do we pursue
I'm looking
the lie,
at...
let it go, or run away?
I'm guessing run away won't lead to anything good, period.
Correct. Run away,
Damn it.
I don't believe is is not a real option.
Okay. So, insert Frozen reference here.
Alright.
Made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. Hey, believe in Kyoko. Okay. Trust us that we... There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to...
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
By the way, is that choice why you saved earlier?
From nighttime on,
It might
I was
have
with
been.
you guys the entire time.
Yes, yeah, actually, just full disclosure, yes, that was why I saved. I'm not going to tell you whether you picked the right or the wrong answer yet, though.
Okay,
I'm going to
fair
leave
enough.
you in suspense. Because you either picked the right answer or you picked the very wrong answer.
Oh, yay.
I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Oh, shit.
Had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait
You mean for the data center?
You've got it all wrong!
No, the key to the locker for the dojo.
Oh.
Byakuya didn't see you pick it up, so he's now accusing you of just pretending you found it when it was never in Kyoko's room to begin with.
Oh, wow, what an asshole.
Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
The colors in the room.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Objection.
And that's the trial.
So does this mean I made the right choice?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Okay, there's no way in hell everyone...
What?
There's no way in hell everyone voted for me.
Well, no, it's a majority. Also, I just
Okay.
noticed those are yellow Pokeballs on the wall.
You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all your fault!
Oh, she's...
What?
I said she's not sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Talking about Toko. Everyone, you're wrong! You've got it all wrong, I didn't do it!
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone!
Good job!
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right!
No, that's not true! None of this makes any sense. The whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It all makes perfect sense!
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills! Chills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment!
Wait, why do I? Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
He's just gonna bop us in the head. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, actually. That's correct.
Just like Mario us to death. Like,
It's just what he's gonna be booping you on the head with.
what the fuck? Can be a musical number. Nah, it's not that.
And yes, that picture on the board is exactly what you think it is.
Wait, I didn't see it. Go back.
A
No.
picture of sperm.
Okay.
Anyway,
Alter Ego? Surprise, motherfucker. Oh shit, that wasn't supposed to happen! Oh! Trustful.
huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on?
Hey, what's that? Yeah, it had to be.
This
Alter Ego? Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? Must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this!
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing! It was a pinch! An itch! The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto! Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again! To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit! In a way, that's an even better special punishment! But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied! I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you! Bring despair to the entire world!
Okay. No. Who are we talking to now? We're not we're staring right into the camera. Is he gone?
Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.
Free time! The massive high school tower is over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. What? No. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire... What? I swear to God. No. It's gonna take us another year to get back to where we were.
Congratulations, you picked the Groundhog Day ending!
Ellipses, ellipses. Ellipses, ellipses, ellipses. Nah. Shit. What? Why is this green, by the way? Where
Time
am I?
unknown.
I woke up with my head resting on top of a hardwood desk.
Blah, blah,
My
blah,
mind felt
blah,
heavy
blah.
with it. Blah, blah, blah. Ugh. Oh, that's new. Finally. I finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless night. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils. A dream. It was an awful smell. What an incredible smell you discovered.
Wow.
It was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in.
What an incredibly... Oh, that was a... Wait. Oh, that was a Star Wars reference.
Yes.
Right. What an incredible smell you've discovered. Harrison.
I mean, we're in a trash piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation I found. A heck of a situation. Fuck off.
You're probably wondering how I got into this situation.
No! But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? Get up! No, I can't let that happen! Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Let me remind you of the past 10 seconds. Alter Ego needs a little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my fuck out. First up, was to start looking for a way out of it.
Well,
Damn! Damn!
Damn.
No matter how many times I pushed, pulled, kicked her, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not gonna get out of here anytime soon, decided to look around for some food. Oh no. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. It's rotten!
Yep.
But that was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. Not gonna be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around a bad idea. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked on all sides. That's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive, bitch. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was give up. go to sleep. And my sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. And then it did. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched a pile of garbage jostle and formed an odd shape. Something fall down over there? Something fell from above. What could it have been?
Oh, real quick, my cat wants to get let out.
Alright.
How you doing, buddy? Okay.
Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever down here with.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude.
Was she even immersed in the pile of garbage? I knew.
It smells
This place
awful.
smells awful.
What a sprite.
Yup.
Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected.
What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you.
I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair.
Oh.
She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey,
First...
Clean as a whistle.
Yes. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished.
Thank you. Snatched bread and water that she was holding out for me. In seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. That really hit the spot. Now I got all the energy I need to keep going. 2 slices of bread.
You still haven't given up, then.
Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at.
Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no. To atone.
Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything.
So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you.
I mean, you're here, aren't you? Don't say that, you didn't abandon me.
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost.
Why'd you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other
is
words...
so that I can do what I came to this school to do.
Ooh? What?
I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
Ooh? So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak? Yes!
Indeed.
That's right. At least, I did. Once.
Once.
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was.
You forgot that that's... Oh. Is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school?
Yeah, the whirlpool of unconsciousness.
Yep.
The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted and I woke up, I was trapped. And when I woke
That's
up,
right.
I got trapped here. There.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient.
Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
But why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
Why'd they even bring you along in that kit? Whatever. So the mastermind just...
However...
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time.
What if you say it's true? Why didn't you ask the rest of us then?
Why is
If
that?
I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
What?
Correct.
Well, don't make it too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. It's just a theory. No! Oh, sorry. Too soon? No, sorry? No? Bad joke? Anyway. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right?
Mastermind. One of us, what? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't anyone. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
But why me?
Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but...
I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
Hiya, stabs her.
Fucking
Guess
hell.
again!
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Yeah. Just like that dream I had before, but... Why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just... I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced.
Honestly, I was convinced.
Yeah.
I think that's just her personality. Hey, here we go again. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
Ooh? You mentioned your ability?
My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective.
Fuck yeah!
Now does it make sense? Why she was so
Oh,
good
yeah.
at investigating bodies, so good at solving all this stuff?
That makes total sense.
So many times, I almost let it slip, I'm gonna be honest. Because I know her, I already know her as the ultimate detective. So I'm just like, oh, we keep bringing up, oh man, you're really good around dead bodies, huh? And I keep wanting to say, well, she is the ultimate detective. Oh, wait. We don't know that yet, but now we do.
The ultimate detective.
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school.
You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
A headmaster? Why'd you want to find him?
Because he's my father.
No. That's not true! That's impossible! I'm a nerd.
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak.
Kyoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Blah. That sentence. Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
No matter what?
So,
My memory hadn't come back at that point. But when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
And what did you see?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found.
But why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
Some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's the layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
Well, once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. I keep forgetting that I can sometimes advance past these. I was so preoccupied with investigating the room. It was unforgivably careless of me.
You have to listen to that whole thing again. Okay. Has to do with Mikuro Yosaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either.
I know you're right, but that just means... everyone but you and me had an alibi. Then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial.
It was?
The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly.
You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it.
Mastermind couldn't step in because... It makes it sound like... Mastermind themselves is somehow bound by this regular...
Hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What's that?
There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. Wait, there was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. Yeah, that was right. It could have been you, Makoto. Oh, right.
I could have become the...
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Do you mean... During the night?
I
can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death.
What?
I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room, and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me.
So all this would mean that whoever killed me is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think.
But that's really bad if true. I mean, the mastermind can kill whoever they want. But wait, doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try to kill you. They couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction.
So what does that all mean?
In other
It
words,
means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair.
The other ultimate despair.
There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event.
You're talking about...
That's right.
What happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair.
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair.
Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy.
Dun dun dun! So it was the right choice.
Yes, you made the right choice. You want to know what the you don't want to know what the other choice was? The other choice.
Are you gonna tell me, or are we gonna see it?
Sure, we can go ahead and see it. It's gonna run a little bit longer, but that's fine because I actually do want you to see this.
All right, alternate episode.
Yep.
Oh god, how do we end up back here? Shit!
Yeah, whoa! Time travel.
Are you telling me we could have zipped through this whole time?
I'm just gonna save right over this.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Oh shit.
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
Oh fuck, what are you doing, Makoto?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko is definitely lying. And it must be because some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden.
This is some interesting music, isn't it?
I didn't have the key to my room.
Yeah.
Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Objection.
No, that's wrong. No, Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Yeah.
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room, which means she...
And I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing—
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Damn.
Then, are you saying you really didn't, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Fucking hell.
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished!
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out! So then, it's time for voting, but I guess we already know!
Damn.
Do you want me to, you want to read this, or do we just want to get to the cut to the chase?
Let's just cut to the chase.
Alright.
Now then, I've prepared a... Let's give it everything we've got!
Alright. Get ready for this.
The hell?
The music is slightly different as well.
Mm-hmm.
She is shaking like a leaf. And yes, see what I mean?
Okay, yeah. No!
You asked for it.
Oh, fuck.
And that's that.
Did Alter Ego fall asleep?
Maybe.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's just keep going. Damn.
So, yeah, this is a thing.
Is Toko dead?
Possibly, I can't tell. But, at the very, very beginning of the game, do you recall talking to Hikakure? And he was talking about how you were going to have the same father of a kid, as someone else?
Yeah.
Guess what? His prediction came true.
Oh, boy. Poor Hina.
Yeah, I agree. I like Byakuya with the long hair, though.
Yeah.
No! This isn't right!
No, that's wrong!
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't
Yup, they just jump you back in.
What is this, Black Mirror Bandersnatch? Get out of here!
Alright. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're gonna end things off for here. Right back where we should have been.
Alright.
And we will see you all next time.
Woo!
Oh, that was a doozy. Now do you see why I was like, oh, it's gonna go down?
3 hours, 50 minutes, 35 seconds.
Oh boy, that was a whoa. Whew. Wow, that was a big one.
That was a big one. Alright.
I hope I didn't keep you from doing anything important, but that just really needed to be experienced. And guess what? Next chapter is the last chapter of the game. All will be revealed in due time.
Boy.
So I want you to keep pondering the mysteries of the school. Who actually is the killer? Who is it even? Who's the mastermind? How did they kill them? When? And where? And I will leave you with those questions.
I'll look for inspiration in other places. What other twists can we have?
Yes, indeed.